Hi there, and welcome to your timeless message. Let's see what you need to hear right now, and trust that you are able to discern what messages are for you and which ones aren't, as this is a general reading. Okay. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. A conflict coming up in regards to the material realm, in regards to stability, home life. We're going to get more. The Three of Pentacles, some sort of a collaboration. Okay, so there might be a conflict between the work and the home life. Or otherwise, some sort of a conflict internally between trying to establish yourself, materially speaking, and having conflict with colleagues. This could also be coming up. But I do think, well, we're going to get more. We're going to get more before I just ramble on anyway. Okay. Oh, look at all these cards. Okay, so we have, no way, Jose. Guys, we have the King of, what the hell? We have the King and the Queen. We have the King and the Queen, but the King came out in reverse. And the way I was placing him, without even recognizing that it was the King yet, was right opposite, like right as a mirroring image to the Queen. And it being upside down, it makes sense. There is a mirroring happening, maybe. But we're going to get these three cards, which fell right on top of the conflict. So I think we're getting an elaboration here of the conflict. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. This is some major energy. Wait, I'm going to have to cover our beautiful star, because Girly Pops is not wearing clothes. There you go. But guys, we got three major arcana cards. These are major themes in your life. Major things that come back throughout your life. What exactly? We're gonna start. Should we start with this one? Sure. The idea that, you know, there's a judgment day is upon you, and not in the way that we're gonna disappear. Didn't someone say there was something going on the internet about this? But in the sense of like you being, your actions being weighed, your actions being, you know, taken into account, your intentions as well, to try and see that there's a fair judgment at the end, preparing you for something new though, because Judgment Day is in a way the idea of an end of something, the end of the material, for the sake of spiritual growth. And we have the Temperance card here. Temperance reminding you of the internal balance. And on the other side with the Star, also balancing stuff, balancing the inner light, balancing the self-expression. But I think there is this balancing act going on. These are such major theme cards. I find it interesting that you're having some sort of a situation in your life with the Five of Swords here, sorry. That it's some sort of a situation, but the situation coming up, this conflict coming up, is connected to major things in your life. The way you allow yourself to shine, the way you allow yourself to be your unique self. And then whatever internal balance that you try to establish or struggle sometimes to keep as well. The emotions are coming up here very much. So emotions being riled up. And this is from a place of judgment. I think there is an internal judgment. I think there is this disparity between a version of you that is, you know, ready for Judgment Day, ready to be taken or to be left for the slaughter, while on the other side there's this version that is, you know, shining in their light and going after the things that they care about and love to do, you know, and being just so beautiful. I wish I could, maybe, wait, let me try and show you this. It's such a beautiful card, you know, and it's so calm, so serene. The flowiness of it as well with the cups. So I think there might be this conflict between these two, between this judgment, whether it's internal, external, but it's a fear of judgment ultimately. Because with Judgment Day, just like we saw what happened now, I guess, people, you know, they wait for it. They wait for it to come, and this weight, this anxiety builds up in people, and then, you know, what I'm sensing, where I'm trying to get to, and I'm sorry if my brain is a little rambly today, more than usual, but I haven't slept in a bit. I'm trying to change my sleep schedule for the sake of a trip, so bear with me here. But I think this judgment, whether internal, external, this fear of it, the fear of it in itself, is kind of what deters you, what keeps you out of balance, where the balance is trying to be found. And I'm also hearing with the star here and the judgment, this idea of balancing out maybe the ego, right? So the star, someone who shines brightly. Don't think that your light shines brighter than everyone else's and that you deserve better, or you know what I mean? So this kind of egocentric approach to the star, there might be a fear of overextending into that, or that is already happening and then judgment comes up, or there is a fear of that judgment about this kind of behavior. Such random message there. But I want to get into, so what can we get from this? Just to summarize for you, for me, what we can get from this is that this conflict is related to these bigger themes of your life, right? But there is something coming up with this pairing here. We have the Queen of Pentacles, right? First coming up with the Three of Pentacles as well, explaining the collaboration, and then the King coming in reverse. So can we get more of an elaboration on the King and what's going on there? So maybe this will give us... Oh my gosh, the card just fell right on the deck, upright, exactly where it needs to be. I'm not going to move it. This is not on the King yet. This is still on the past, but it fell right on top of it. We have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of the passion, the Queen of the belief in self. And look, she's got her little black cat following her little companion in life. And we have the sunflower here as well, so this reference to maybe summertime, maybe something in the summer. But the cat also reminds me of autumn and Halloween, which is coming up. Might also know it under other names. But this idea of you working on your power, you're being challenged in some sort of a way. Challenged in your position maybe. Challenged in your balance. Challenged, in what you stand for. Okay, now we have some elaborations on this King in reverse. What is going on? There's so much relational energy coming through in these last... I mean, are we already in Libra season? Whatever. We might be in a season, if it is Libra season, if you're watching it as it comes out, where the focus is on relationships. It's on the interpersonal. And we've been having a lot of interpersonal cards come out. Another card I cannot show you, because the human body apparently is something we cannot show to each other as humans, but well, okay. We have the Lovers. We have the Lovers here depicted as Adam and Eve. And we have the Nine of Cups. So some sort of a wish fulfillment in regards to a relationship. But here, this depiction of the Lovers, we have the tree. We have the tree with the apple and the Snape. Severus Snape. No, the snake. That's the word. Thank you, brain. And on the right we have a burning bush. So a message from God. Maybe there's a relationship here that that was a message from God. There was a message from God in there for you. Oh my gosh, we just had such a beautiful confirmation, I think, from this. We just had to, sorry, I'm mesmerized because these two beautiful birds just flew right past me, and it stunned me. Ooh, so maybe, okay. Maybe someone is also coming in for some of you that stuns you. Like something happens where a wish comes true and it stuns you. I'm gonna get you some quotes. This is a foggy one today, maybe because the brain is foggy than usual. I still hope you enjoy, and I still hope you can take something out of it. If not, at least the fact that we are human beings who, have different energy levels and different conditions to how they exist in the world, and it's ever changing, and what we need is to have compassion and understanding for one another and hold the space for everyone to be themselves, do their thing. Chicken wing. Okay, I got you some quotes as I was chatting. I live in joy, knowing I am always where I'm meant to be. another confirmation, another reminder to trust in the now. Trust in the now in which you are. Is the now in which you are is going to take you to the future that you want to get to. Trust is so essential as a baseline, because trust and hope, sometimes it can be interchangeable. It's this idea that there can be better, that there will be better, and that you trust that when there is not as much as you need sometimes, that there is maybe something you can learn from it. Look at what you can take other than maybe, the necessity that isn't met. What can you learn from a necessity not being met? Okay, we have my worth is not attached to what I do. And I just had the loveliest phone call with a very, very dear friend of mine, and we were talking about this idea in general in life, how worth is attached to things. And here it's the worth is not attached to what I do. And the card, unconsciously, I've laid it right on top of the Three of Pentacles. So the work card, collaboration card. Maybe there is a judgment. Oh, maybe there's some sort of a judging of other people, or other people judging you in your work field going on here. Remember, the situation with something in the material, something in regards to a conflict. Could be that. Your worth is inherent. And that is something that you can believe in, that you can trust in. And if you have this as your baseline, it will allow you to do so much more, so much more. I wouldn't be able, I think, to do this as I'm doing here right now if I hadn't established that as my baseline. In general, that my worth is not attached to anything. Neither is yours, neither is anything's. There is no such thing. The human comes in and says, there's worth to this. That's our brain trying to put order in the disorder to feel more comfortable with it. Nature's abundance inspires me to pursue abundance in my life. Yes, it should. I think it's the most perfect example. When people talk about role models, nature is a great role model. And maybe there's the thought coming up, oh, but there's bad stuff that happens in nature. Yeah, there is. And that's the thing. That's why it's such a good role model, because it shows you all the different ways things can go, and how they can exist, how they can be, and what can come from just dedication. And look at evolution. Look at creatures that come to be in the most oddest of circumstances. It allows for abundance to take place, for so much diversity to happen. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did. Okay, we're gonna finish, I think. We're gonna keep this short. I'm sorry, my dears, but the brain is not braining. I will stand my ground and defend myself. And the card is, oh, of course, I put it on the Queen of Wands. So maybe this conflict that you might be experiencing, this lose-lose situation, is coming from, it's triggering these bigger themes in your life, these bigger wounds in your life, bigger construction sites. And the Queen is actually, if she had come this way, I would have been more, it would have been more clear to say this is someone who's being, maybe a bit too standoffish, too ready for a fight, but it came up this way. So maybe this is not a very obvious thing, maybe to yourself or to others even, but there might be some sort of a defensiveness, some sort of an aggression that you are experiencing, and potentially even not even consciously, so subconsciously, leading to you feeling like you have to defend yourself, right? Feeling some sort of an attack and going into defense mode. So it's not even conscious, it's just a thing that the brain does to, manage the situation. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Do not stop, dear. You cannot stop because the train will keep going. So it's your decision whether you want to make sure it goes somewhere that you want to end up in. Alrighty, but that will be it. I'm gonna go and try to stay awake a bit longer and then go to sleep. I'll see you very soon. If you're ever interested in personal reading, you can find my contact for that in the description. Thank you, dears. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your day.